Everyone, welcome back to Dance for All Online. I hope you're well. So the next few classes for Dance for All Online will be a slightly different format from the previous ones that we've done. So for the next few sessions we're going to be looking at the practice of dancing mindfulness. Also the videos will just be made up of one video from between about 20 to 30 minutes long. Feel free as always to pause the video at any point. I'll just explain a little bit about dancing mindfulness so that you know what to expect. So the practice really comes from the idea of awareness, or the word awareness, but more specifically coming back to awareness. So we're really paying attention throughout this class, throughout the sessions, to being present in the moment, but without judgment. So we're not judging how we're moving or how we're feeling. That's the most important thing. What we're going to be tapping into is what we're seeing, how we're feeling, what we're hearing, what we can taste, what we can smell. So all of those senses that are very animalistic, which makes us engage much more with our present moment. So I'm going to be asking you through the session sometimes how you're feeling emotionally. If it gets a little bit too much, please feel free to pause the video and come back and join whenever you're feeling up to it. The theme for today's session is letting go. So really we want to be, there are lots of things in our lives that it's very hard to control, and often that can make us feel a little bit sad, perhaps a little bit frustrated. So we're really wanting to be trying to use our breath, use our emotions through our physicality to try to release some of that tension and help us feel a bit more free. The only thing I would ask in terms of if you have any scarves or just bits of material, we're going to be using that as a prop a little bit later. So any colour scarf, material, anything that is quite light and that you can swirl around would be great. In terms of health and safety, please make sure that the space you're using is free from any obstacles and that you're wearing the appropriate footwear for the floor that you're dancing on as well. Let's get started. So I invite you just to join me sitting down. You can either sit like I am now, or you can sit cross-legged. It's entirely up to you, however you feel more comfortable. So we're just going to start with a little bit of breath work. Just a really simple breathing exercise. So just sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to take a few deep breaths. And we're going to try to count to 3 as we breathe in, and when we exhale we're going to count for 5. So we're exhaling longer than we're inhaling. So let's try together. So we're breathing in and we're breathing out. And we're breathing in for 3 counts. And we're breathing out. And we're breathing in again. And out. And as we just start to engage with our breath, we find we're just starting to breathe a bit deeper, becoming a little bit calmer. Now this time when we breathe out, I really would like to try and hear you making a sound. So any sound that you want when you exhale. It can just be or it can be a noise. So anything that's really just letting go of everything. So breathing in for 3 and breathing out. And breathing in again. Maybe a little bit louder with breathing out this time. And breathing out. Good. Now if we just grab our scarf, we're just going to scrunch our scarf up into a ball, so as tight as you possibly can. And we're going to breathe in and really scrunch, really scrunching into a ball. And as we exhale, we're going to just drop the scarf. Good. And again, and this time We're going to breathe in and we're going to scrunch up the scarf and we're going to come to stand. So breathing in as high as we can, arms in the air, and breathing out. Good. And again, breathing in, picking up our scarf, really scrunching as we breathe in. Anything that may be negative, that may be worrying you, everything is going into the scarf, into this ball. Scrunching it with our hands, breathing in for 3, and letting go. Good. One more time, and this time as we exhale, we're just going to throw our scarf. So make sure that there's no one there that you're going to hit. So we're going to breathe in for 3. And we're going to throw our scarf and exhale. Good. Now as we're carrying on this nice deep breathing, we're just going to see how we can start to breathe into different parts of our body. So we might start with breathing into our arm and breathing out. We might like to try the other arm. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, really let that arm be nice and heavy. So breathing in and exhale. And we might like to try breathing into the head. So what does that do? How does that make us move? Breathing into the head. Maybe you might find that you start to do circular movements with your head. Breathing. Maybe the arms and the head start to move together. And each time we breathe, we move a body part. And then we bring it back. Maybe you would like to try a leg. And another leg. Can we balance? Hold our breath. And can we breathe? Really, really extend everything. And then come all the way down to the floor. Breathing out. And again, breathing in, coming up. And breathing out. Good. And just finding a nice place to come back to on the floor. Just closing your eyes. Just noticing what you can hear. Noticing maybe what you can smell. Perhaps putting your hand just to your heart, feeling your heart beating a little bit quicker. Good. So for the next little exercise, we're going to come to our feet. And I'm going to ask you to imagine, we're going to start from our feet, so we're going to work our way up through our whole body. I'm going to ask you to try and keep the rest of your body still until we reach that point. So we'll start with our feet, and I want you to imagine the inside of your toes, underneath your skin, all around your muscles, we have a mixture of water and powder. And that powder can be any colour you want, so your favourite colour. So maybe it's orange, maybe it's green. Pick your favourite colour and imagine that inside your muscles, all around your bones, all around your toes, your feet, is all this mixture of powder and water. And at the moment, they're lying quite separate from each other, and we want to mix them together. We want to create our own paint and really mix them together. So we're going to start with our feet and we're going to work our way all the way up to our body. So I'll put some music on. So So starting with our feet. So just start perhaps by wiggling our toes. How does that feel? So we're wiggling our toes, we're feeling the balls of our feet on the ground. Can you feel the texture of the carpet, of the floor? And now we're getting a little bit quicker. So wiggling our toes up into our ankles. Into our ankles. Can we keep the rest of our body still? Now we're mixing up into our calves, into our legs, into our knees. So we can start to shake our knees. Really imagining that the water and powder are mixing together, form a really nice paste, a nice paint. Into our thighs, really moving our thighs. Into our bum, shaking it around. Into our hips. Good. And remember to breathe. Moving up our torso. Our paint is moving up our body, into our chest, into our shoulders. And bringing it down, so just rest. Breathing deeply. Coming into our bodies, how does our body feel? And we're going to start to move again. So from our feet, shaking powder and water together, into the knees, into the thighs, into the hips, into the stomach, to the chest, to the shoulders, all the way to the fingertips. Really shaking the water and powder, mixing it all up. Now for the head. Now everything, we need to let everything go. Mixing our paint. Might want to take some little jumps. Really letting your head go. Keep breathing. All the way to the fingertips. Now as crazy as you can, all of your body. Keep shaking. You might want to travel around the space. Oh, very good. Oh, now just coming back to our body. Take some deep breaths in and out. Good. Now, I'll ask you to find the scarf that you threw earlier. So retrieve your scarf. Now that we've mixed all of our paint and water together, it means we're able to paint the space in that colour. So you can use your scarf as an extension of your paintbrush, of your fingers, of your head, maybe even of your feet, and really start to explore how we might paint the space around us. Sometimes you might like to go fast, other times you might like to go slow. Dancing, moving in your favourite colour. You might want to use another body part to paint the space. Try not to drop the scarf if you can help it. Try and keep it around your body. Maybe it can wrap around your body part, just exploring. There's no wrong way of doing it. Exploring how you paint the space around you. Maybe you want to think about where your eyes are. Your eyes focusing on your paintbrush, on your scarf. Once you feel you've painted all of the space, you can wrap your scarf, your blanket, just around your shoulders. And just giving yourself a nice hug here. And really squeezing your shoulders. Closing your eyes and just seeing in your imagination everywhere that you've painted. And just noticing how your body's feeling. Perhaps just tapping into how you're feeling, what emotions you're now feeling compared to at the start of the class. Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed? Are you feeling a bit more free? So give yourself one more big squeeze, breathing in and then letting go. Good. And taking your scarf one last time, just scrunching it. Every single bit of last tension that we might have still in our body, all into the scarf. And releasing. And as we release, just going to come down slowly, back down to sitting. Just going to take a couple of deep breaths. So arms up above us, we're going to inhale for 3. And we're going to exhale for 5. And one more deep breath. And exhale. Good. Thank you so much for joining this Danceful class online. I hope you enjoyed the session and you got something from it, even if it's just feeling perhaps a little less tense, a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed. It's a really beautiful way of being able to move without judgment and without fear of going wrong, and really releasing some of the emotions that we keep pent up in our daily lives. So next week we'll be looking at the theme of gratitude. So I look forward to doing that with you next time. Until then, have an amazing week.